grew up in the desert under Humpy until the time he was 7, so he knows about both cultures of this country. And this is Molinari, everybody. He's a fantastic
Judy Rose is my wife, by the way. I do apologise for my crew not being here at the moment, but they are on their way. But I'm going to begin to start anyway. And what I would like to encourage you while I'm here is to ask me as many questions as you can. So I have a broad range of knowledge, from the bush to the church, to politics, to medicine, to science, all sorts of stuff. So like Judy Rose said, my wife, I do have 2 university degrees, and I graduated when I was 23, so I'm now nearly 64. So I've been teaching for a very long time, and I began when I was 18. So, one of my aims in life, of course, is to teach Aboriginal culture to the rest of the world, because we have a very, very strong link to the rest of the world. Although the rest of the world doesn't really understand us, we understand the rest of the world better than they understand us, because we know our history, and our history is the oldest history on this planet, and we are the original people from creation. So I'll disperse a lot of notions of where people come from, because a lot of that is based on what I call pseudoscience. And if you believe in Charles Darwin, well then you can go that way. But I come from a culture that tells me the truth, and I've been taught by my elders, and I've been shown secrets. So I have a lot of secrets that the rest of the world doesn't know about. So I can come from that point in world history. So I want to begin by acknowledging the people of this country. So in Australia there are 800 nations, and we speak over 500 or 600 different dialects. We also have secret languages that we speak only in ceremony, and we don't have a lingua franca. So our important thing is that if you've got 18 languages on your border, you learn the 18 languages. That's basically how it works, and you learn as a child. And as a child, you just suck in all the knowledge, and your mind is a sponge, and therefore learning all those languages when you're a baby is very easy, because you're not trying, it just comes into you, and you're taught by all the other families. So if you're inundated with language and culture, you learn it really, really quickly. So I want to begin this process by welcoming you here to this little space. Unfortunately, I don't welcome people to this part of the land. This is not my country. So I come from Central Australia, from the desert. But I'm a school teacher, and I live here, and I've got a place. So this is my residence and my home, and I'll live here probably till the day I die. My name is to also to encourage the local people to be a part of it, because I can tell you a little bit more about Australian history and how that works as well. I want to start by saying hello in my language. So my language is Aranda. Can you say Aranda? Aranda. And that's from Alice Springs. You know where Alice Springs is? In the middle of the desert. So right in the middle of Australia is my country. And we say hello like this. Put your hand up, twist it and point, and say Wurda. 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 And that's how we say hello. The people here from Sydney, of course, a different language. And when they say hello, we give a little wave like this. And the people of Sydney, there are two nations here. On this side of the hill where we are at this beach is a nation of the Dharawal people. So can you say Dharawal? Dharawal. And they come from south and right up here to Bondi Beach. This is probably the furthest north. And they are the clan that belongs to the Dharawal nation are the Bidjigal clan. So the Bidjigal clan from here. And on the other side of the hill is another nation, and that's the greater nation of Sydney, and that's the Darug nation. Can you say Darug? Darug. And there are 39 clans, and they control and hold Sydney Basin, upon which Sydney lives, is built. I'm going to begin by just doing a little bit of a blessing and bring good spirits. And allow good spirits to be amongst us, and tell all the bad spirits to go away. And I do that by music. So, and this is, of course, we know this as the didgeridoo. So everybody knows didgeridoo. Well, it's not an Aboriginal name. It's a sound that we make. So it was recorded when the first explorers said, "Oh, that sounds like didgeridoo," so they wrote it in their journal. And we've been using that name ever since. But I'll give you the first name, the original name. Can you say Yiraki? Yiraki, and that comes from Arnhem Land, from a place called Beswick, where this instrument was born out of the ground in the dream time. And originally it was never found by a man, or because it's a man's instrument, but it was actually found by a girl. And that's another story where she didn't listen to her mother or father, and she got into trouble. So basically, yeah. So this is the Yiraki. But I'm going to show you how we play it. So in order to play it, we of course do the good old raspberry and that sound, and we do the drone. First sound. Second sound. Third sound, we flick our tongue so they get the little beat. And just combine those sounds. And then we tighten our lips and we get the trumpet sound. Then we go up and down and we'll get the octave. And then last but not least, we have to do the vocalization. So we'll just do the kookaburra. And that's how we do it. So yeah, I say it's easy, but I know you'll find it hard. And it's not an easy instrument to play. Basically because it takes some time to learn those sounds. For me, it took me quite a considerable time, probably a couple of years, just to really, really perfect those sounds. But then I had to join it together with the cyclic breathing. So obviously, this is what happens when you don't learn cyclic breathing. You just take a big breath and run out of breath. So there you go, you got to take another breath. So the way to beat that is to continue the cycle and breathe in and out. Now your mind is not going. Your mind doesn't tells you that it's not part of your makeup, because really you've got to confuse the mind, and your mind gets confused because you're trying to breathe in and out at the same time, which is impossible. So what you've got to do is you train your mind to say, well, you still breathe in through your nose, but you blow out of your mouth at the same time. So that's the thing. And what you do is, that's your air passage, so you continue breathing even while you're playing, but in order to get the sound out, you have to have a pocket of air in your mouth. So basically, and I can fill that pocket of air anytime. So I'm just filling it up, just by doing that. So, but that little pocket of air is enough time for me to push out sound and breathe in. So it's easy. That's how we play it. So there we go. So I think we've got our crew here. Yeah. So I'd like to begin introduce you to our song person and our wonderful culture person alongside me as Beatrice. So can you give Beatrice a warm welcome? So we do have our dancers, and part of our presentation, of course, is that we would love to have you up and perform a dance with us. So just to sort of get relaxed with our country. It's traditional what that we do when we have visitors to perform a dance, and also to get them to dance with us. So I'm going to hand it over to Beatrice, and Beatrice will introduce you to our first dance. Do we have?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So Beatrice is from up around Queensland and the Torres Strait, and she belongs also to the we have two different cultures here, two Aboriginal cultures. One is mainland and one is island. So people of the island are called Torres Strait. Yes, but I'll let Beatrice introduce yourself to you.
So I'm Beatrice. I'm the songwoman. So the first song and dance we're going to do is called Jalama, and Jalama in my language simply means welcome. So all the song and dances that we'll be doing for you today comes from the very far north of Queensland, at the tip of Australia. There's Cape York Peninsula, and where I come from is these little islands up there, which is the Torres Strait Island of, we call it Xanath Cass. Thank you.
So I just want to introduce you to the rest of the troupe. So on my right here, can you give Mariwara a warm welcome? Mariwara is our dancing star and our elder. And over here we have Beatrice's daughter, Saralina. And over there on the left, we have Beatrice's son, Jason. And we're all family here. So I'm going to hand it back to Beatrice and introduce you to the other performers.
Okay, the next dance we're going to do is called Wuri Umpunji. So it's the spiritual baptism. As we all know, in Christianity, religion or culture, they use water. In our culture, we use, so we light a big fire with the eucalyptus leaf, where there's plenty of smoke comes out of us, so we use that as our spiritual blessing. So because we believe that the smoke cleanses our inner soul and it chases away all the bad spirit. So unfortunately we can't have a little smoking here for you, but we can do this song and dance to give you this spiritual blessing and welcome you to our country.
We'll just have a little break. I'm just going to present some other one of our wonderful artifacts here that we have, or tools and weapons. Now, I want to introduce you to these two, which of course is our fighting sticks. And we don't have a lot of weapons in our Aboriginal culture, but because our weapons are actually like very light, so it's very hard, easy to travel. And also they have, a lot of times they have multiple uses. So over here we have two sticks, the one on my right and the one on my left. I want to ask you, which one is male and female? Any guesses? I'll tell you why. Which one do you think? You think this is the female?
I do too.
You think this is female? Okay, well, this is actually the female. And so this is the reason why it's this big, because in Aboriginal culture, the women are the bosses.
All right.
So we respect our women, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it's always been. But over here, we have the men's one, and this one here, first of all, I'll tell you what this one's called. So in my language, we call this a kudra. You say a kudra. And it's very, very heavy. So it's almost like steel. And it's so hard, it's made from a very hard wood in Australia called mulga wood. And it's got this, you can tell mulga by the dark red, as the red and the yellow, or the creamy colour. And that's the male, the red, and the yellow is the female. But over here, this is made by a different type of wood, and it's actually got fibre. And so this is the man's one. It's actually called bundi. So there's a famous beach called. Do you know what the beach is? Right here. So here, this is called a bundi, and Bondi is named after this. So bundi to Bondi. So and this is the man's fighting club. You just tuck it in like that, and off you run into battle. And in the old days, they would have a piece of a stone knife here, so it became a very, very formidable weapon in the hands of someone who really knows how to use it. So, and that's called a bundi, and it's a man's fighting club. So I'll just pass that there, I'll come back to the other ones, and I'll pass it back to Beatrice.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to our next song and dance. So this one speaks of one of Australia's most famous animals, which is the kangaroo. So what we call the kangaroo in my language, can we all say Ugadanji? Ugadanji. So Ugadanji is a story about the kangaroo hopping around, getting some food for its family. Ugadanji, the kangaroo. Thank you. So we're going to, because we did the first emblem, which is the kangaroo, Ugadanji, we're going to move on to the next one, which is the emu. As we all know, emu is one of our fast food. It's not the McDonald's. So emu is one of our fast food. I would like to invite any one of you out there if you want to come and do this dance with us. It's a very simple dance.
Join in, folks. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, please don't be shy.
Otherwise, here we go. Come on, we need a couple of other ladies. Don't be shy. Okay. There we go. Another one there, John. That's excellent. Can we get any men or any
Kathy.
Oh, maybe Murray will get up there and show you. There we go.
Excuse me.
And Jason, come on, man. Someone goes. Any men want to get up and dance, or just going to be the ladies today?
It's a very simple dance. As we all know, the emu don't do much, so all they're doing is walking around. So what they do is they'll be walking around looking for food, go down, so they'll be picking up food from the ground.
Okay, so watch Serena, ladies.
Sometimes they walk up to their mates or their friends, tap them on the back. Okay. And say, let's go. Let's go. Go again. So all we're doing, it's a very simple dance. All we're doing is mimicking the movement of an emu. So wherever your hand goes, your head follows. Because we don't want to do this.
Yeah.
That would be too good, yeah? Okay. Okay, so guys.
Okay, and we'll just do it once, and then we'll just
So there's going to be a beat. Now beat. Okay. So you put your left hand. 1, 2, 3.
The 3 count?
4. Yep. So the first 2 is 3, and the last one is 5. Got it.
Okay. All right.
Can we give them a round of applause?
Everybody else, you can clap along too. You don't need the energy outside. Here we go. And we'll just do this once.
Very easy.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, everybody. Ready? And we're back. We don't take it very long. Okay.
Yep. And you just play it. So just follow me. No, Walla. Walla, you just start
Okay.
it down.
Here we go. Everybody else can come along.
Taragano tara mani mani ma taragano tara mani mani margamo tara mani mani ma taragano tara mani mani ma taragano tara mani mani margamo tara mani mani ma we're gonna go really fast. As we all know, the emu likes to go fast, okay? Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm going to just do a little break for the dance, and I want to introduce you to some of our other presentations here, and I want to introduce you to some of our bush medicine and our bush foods. So the first one, as you can see, we've actually been using the good old gum leaf, and when we do our other dance, we'll show you the importance of this medicine. And of course, it's the eucalyptus, because that's the medicine that's inside there. And it is an anti-inflammatory, it's antibiotic, depending on how you take it. So this is external use and also internally. Now, internal use, did I have where's my paper bark, darling? Okay, so I'm going to show you my paper bark in a second. But the good old eucalyptus is, I've got a couple of little things here that I brought. So over here, we have a part of our the eucalyptus. You can use this needle for any kind of wood, as long as it's not non-poisonous. As long as it's not poisonous. So, and that's because we use this to sew the belly up of a kangaroo. So what we do is we cut the kangaroo here, and then we take out the stomach, and then we have to remove the urine bladder, otherwise that poisons your meat. And then that's after cooking it, and then we sew, after cutting that and cleaning it out, we take the urine sac out, and then we sew it up to stop and we cook it inside its own skin, and that's in the desert. So in the desert, we were people that wore no clothes, because anything that resembled any material like leather, that was actually cooked with the kangaroo. Down here, they took the leather off, the skin off, and they made leather and made clothes down here. So, you know, our mob, we had to use this, and we sewed the belly up, and that's to make sure that it's all cooked, and then we chuck it in the fire, and the fire, the ground oven cooks the kangaroo inside its own skin, and that's how we do it. And we do that also with the emu. So emu, we break it up, and we put the whole body inside the skin and tie it up, and we cook it in the skin. Of course, it's a good old needle for taking out things. It's like a good old toothpick if you can make a good one. But the best toothpick in the world is this one, and we still use it. So and this one here is of course from the same gum tree, and what we do is that just go like that, and it's the original medicated toothpick. So we still use it, okay? And we go around, and that's because if you poke your gum with any poisonous wood, you'll get an infection, and of course you can die from, an abscess in your gum. A couple other little things I want to quickly show you as well. So over here, now, you know, Aboriginal people, we actually invented a lot of things, and we still use it. And our influence on the world is really incredible. A lot of people don't know. So I'm going to show you one thing. A couple of things. So over here, we have the good old woman's handbag, the original one, still in use, you know. And the Aboriginal people, they made this, and they carry it this way, that way, same way, you know. And I should get the girls to do this. And of course, they carry it here like that. And that's because they need their hands and arms to carry more things. So baby, you know, all sorts of other stuff. And what they do is that they carry the babies and all the stuff in this one. So this is a cooler one. What I might do is I might get Sarah Lena to give you a little go at this, and I'm going to show you how to balance it. So you want to give a little go? So normally we have a donut made of human hair, and where I come from, and basically that's just to keep your balance. So we put that on Sarah Lena's head here like that, and then she puts it on top, and then she walks around with it. So she carries the baby in the other arm and all everything else, and off she goes, walks around, and doing her thing, picking food off the thing and put it on top, and that's how they do it. So yeah, and that's called a coolamon. So can you say coolamon? Thank you, Sarah Lena. And of course, when we put the babies in here, it's a fantastic invention because when we rock the babies to sleep, we rock them to sleep like that. And it's the baby's crib, and it's because it's got a centre of balance. Baby never falls down. So you can do it like that. And of course, the women use it to dance, and they use it to celebrate female and womanhood and motherhood as well. And of course, as other uses, it's a shovel. So it's an original shovel, it's a scraper, it's a drinking vessel, and it's a plate and a bowl. So it has all those uses. And it's still in use today, so our people still use it. And we've been using this, we could date this back to about 50, 60, 70,000 years using this one. And good old one over here is a good old boomerang. So, but the word boomerang comes from Sydney, on the other side of the hill. And but where I come from, these are female boomerangs because there are two types of boomerangs, male and female. The female comes from the branches, the male comes from the trunk, and the female you throw this way, and the male you throw that way. Okay? And if you look, it's exactly the same. This is a design as an aeroplane wing because this is where flight and original understanding of flight comes from. So well may we say that the Wright brothers invented, but we actually invented flight. The mechanisms, the whole principles of flying come from Aboriginal culture, from this beautiful design of aerofoil. The oldest aerofoil in the world is in Australia. It's 10,000 years old, and it's the original aerofoil for all planes, propellers, fans, whatever you name it, comes from us, because we have the oldest story of aerofoils. But you can't play an aerofoil like this. You can't turn an aerofoil into a musical instrument like us. And also, it's a fire stick. So where I come from, we light fires. So because it's got a nice elongated line here, it's sharp, just like a thing, and we can rub it like that, and we create friction. Well, not with two boomerangs, but with a boomerang and a shield, and that's how we light fires. Now, this design is from Central Australia. You have other designs that go like this, much more sharp, but this is a nice long design. And these designs here you will find in hieroglyphics in Egypt. because the Egyptians came here and not borrowed, we gave them as gifts. And so they have this in their culture. The other thing that Egyptian people have in their culture is this, is a didgeridoo. And you can find them in the Egyptian hieroglyphics. And the Egyptians came here, landed in Sydney, and walked all the way to the desert. And the last time they came here was 400 years ago. And unfortunately, they were never allowed back because they did the wrong thing by our people and were forbidden to come back. But they've been coming here for thousands and thousands of years. We are a secret country, it's a secret story, and you'd be amazed our links to those secret stories, and to Egypt, and to people like Moses, and all sorts of things. So we have and all the pharaohs as well. So we've got big contacts here, and I myself have a Scaro beetle that comes from Egypt. I've had it in my family for 2,000 years. So I'm going to pass it now over to Beatrice to do a couple more dances. And after this, if you've got questions and you want to take some photos, by all means. Because, we could have you here all day and tell you stories. Yeah. So once again, I'll pass it back over to Beatrice.
Thank you, Ola. Okay, not all of our song and dance are done with the didgeridoo, or as you all know, the original name for that instrument is yiraki. Yeah, so Walla said it was yiraki. Well, I come from the far north Queensland. We call that yigi yigi. Simply means ancestral voice. Yeah, so that instrument got passed down to my people up in the far north Queensland. So not all of our song and dance are done with the yiraki or the didgeridoo. So we're going to do this next dance. This one is called Aika. It talks about the man and woman going down to the beach, looking for some shells and some food, pipi shells, and they throw it back to the family to cook it. So we do all this song and dance, especially for like my children here. I teach them because I want them to continue this culture and pass it on, pass the storyline to their children, and then their children passing it on. So we try, we keep our culture strong. So we've grown up, learning our traditional song and dance from small, like me and my uncle. So we also come from the Torres Strait, like Walla said. So we have two different type of dancing and culture as well. So we're very proud to be both Indigenous of Australia. Okay, we're going to do this dance. This one is called Aika. Thank you. We're just going to do one song and dance from Torres Strait. This one is a sit-down one, just to share the other part of our Indigenous culture with you. Usually our costume are different as well. So we wear more floral and, things by our surroundings. So we have a lot of, we use a lot of frangipani and like the Polynesians. So we wear a lot of grass skirts, coconut shells as our costumes. Yeah, so we're going to do this song and dance. They're asking me which one because we got so many. Okay, I'll let my kids choose whatever song and dance they want to do. They want to do scissors, paper, rock. Okay, so we're going to do Sasa. Sasa is a very easy one. It's just a rhythm one. It's about the kids, or a family, a day down the beach, just enjoying the waves. So it's a very easy one. We can get you all to join in. It's a sit-down one. So we have different instruments as well. So we use a lot of bamboos and You know, we use everything around our surroundings. So we, like with the didgeridoo, in the Torres Strait Island culture, we don't have the didgeridoo, but we have a very, very similar instrument. It's called warup. But what we use at the end is we use a goanna skin. So we hit the drum and it makes like a bassy sound. And we also have a bamboo drum, like if you've seen some Polynesian cultures, they have the bamboo drum and sticks. That's exactly the same drum what we use in Torres Strait. Okay, moving on. I think I'm talking a bit too much. We're going to move on to Sasa. So we're going to get all of you to join in. It's a very simple one, sit down. So what we're going to do, we're going to rock our body side to side. Then we're going to tap our thighs 3 times. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to take a dive to your left. 1, 2, 3 to your right. 1, 2, 3 to the center. 1, 2, 3 up high. 1, 2, 3. We're going to clap 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We're going to roll it twice. Roll it, and then we strike a pose. Okay. So all we're doing is just enjoying the water or the reef. Okay, here we go.
And then we go fast.
Okay. The first wave to the left or to the right?
Yeah, the first wave to the left. So I'm trying to do the mirror. So I go left, yeah, right.
And what's the magic word?
And so when I say what's the magic word, we usually say Sasa.
Sasa.
Sasa, yeah. It's like
So what's the magic
eso.
word? Sasa. I can't hear you. Sasa. What's the magic word? Sasa.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna rock our body side to side. What's the magic word?
Sasa.
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Chee-hoo! Chee-hoo!
You can do, you know, the Hussein Bolt.
Oh, yeah, no.
You can do
Yeah.
kangaroo. I was like,
we're gonna do it again really fast.
Okay.
Really fast, okay?
and can we say like, move to the left, move to the right, it just
Yeah.
brings things in.
Oh, it's when we dive to the left, so we always do it like the call. Chee-hoo! There we go. 1, 2, chee-hoo! 1, 2, 3, chee-hoo! Then when we go forward, we go. So we dive in. Now, 1, 2, 3. Ah. 1, 2, 3. Clap 3 times. Roll it, pose. Okay. Okay, here we go. What's the magic word? Let's go. Chee-hoo! 1, 2, 3. Chee-hoo! 1, 2, 3 to Sasha. 1, 2, 3. Ah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Roll it. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Do you want to do a dance?
Okay, we're gonna do another dance from Torres Strait. So we don't only have sit down one. We have this special shaker we usually use. So it makes a rhythm. So what we call it is 28 kulap. So kulap is a shaker. I wish I knew I was going to do this today. Sorry, I would have brought everything with us today.
21 again.
So I'm going to get my uncle. That's my mom's baby brother. So his grandfather. So we're going to do this dance. 28 kulap. It's a rhythm dance. I'm going to hitting the stick, making the rhythm. If you can try and count it, usually with the shaker, when you hear it, they'll be doing 28 sounds. Yeah, so we call it 28 kulap.
So it teaches our younger ones to use coordination. Whatever you think about, you can do it, you know. The brain, you know, what to say it, then your body reacts to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I've
It's
got
from years of doing-
another daughter in the audience. She didn't want to go to school today, so she can come up and join us there. I try and teach them. We do a lot of like dancing around Australia. So me and my family, we actually won the big dance competition between about 300 Indigenous people from around Australia. So we actually claimed the first prize.
Ready? Who's ready?
mainland what you normally would see.
Yeah.
Where everybody's used to seeing the crockery, but we love these over here, and they're fantastic dancers. And like we said, like I said, they are the #1 dancers in Australia at the current moment. Yeah. So thank you very much. What we're going to do is we might do. I'm just going to show you a couple more little things. So I want some of the bush medicine. Finish up with a couple of this, and then we'll finish up with our dances. So a couple more dances. But like Australia, of course, there is food and medicine all over this country. It's what fed Aboriginal people for tens of thousands of years, Some say 40, 50, 60,000 years, but we say from the beginning of time, because we come with the animals and the rocks and everything, and the wind and the dust and everything, We are their DNA, they are us. And so over here we have this wonderful plant called a spider grevillea. That's its European name. We have various different names from around the country, but basically it's our little treat for us when we go into the bush. It's a non-toxic plant, so we can use this for needles as well and for toothpicks. But basically we eat the flower, and like a lot of flowers are edible. And so on a good day when we go out, normally what we do is when we're out looking for bush tucker, we don't like to destroy the trees, and basically we just bring the branch down. And how we eat this here, because it's got nectar, the way we eat the nectar in our culture is that, of course, you clean your hands, and the hand that you are, if you're right-handed, you use your left hand to eat the honey. And we eat the honey on the back of the palm, so not at the front. The front is dirty, the back of the hand is not dirty. So that's the cleanest part of your hand. And so basically what we do is we just tap it on the back of the hand there, and when the nectar comes out, just give it a little nice little lick. And that's just like a treat when you're going out through the bush, and it's like, instead of lollies, these are our lollies. And then when you feel a little bit hungry, you can eat it. And it's sweet because it's got the honey in it and nectar, so it's a sweet little treat. And that's also our vegetables. So when we eat our kangaroo, we eat this as well, so to give us our vegetable taste. So that's called a spider grevillea. And over here, what else do we got here? Oh yeah, and this is a very important one. So as I said about the gum tree, we have different types of gum trees or eucalyptus trees. This one here is a paper bark, and the paper bark has many, many uses. It's a fantastic material. It's used for building. Of course, you can build your humpies or houses. That's the roof. Also, the people would lie down on the ground and make a nice soft bedding. It could be used as a mattress. Also, they use it as a bottom layer for carpet. So you could use it as a carpet. And what you do is you put all this down, then you put kangaroo skins on top, and a beautiful, lovely, comfortable bed. And then also we use it, of course, for lighting fires. On any given day, if it's wet, you can peel it back and you'll always find paper bark. Also, your imagination will let you use it for yourself. It's paper. So what do you use paper for? And that's what it's used for. Okay? And also, it's the medicine. So I'm going to show you the medicine. So on one side you've got this colour, that's the inside of the bark. On the outside you've got the white. The white, you see the powder, that's the bush medicine. That's the antibiotic. Now, in order to take that internally, you can't eat the paper bark. So what we do is we need to put that into an animal. So what we do is get a fish. We cook the fish up. We put the fish in there like that. We tie it up with another plant, a non-poisonous plant called a lamandra, which is our plant that we use for making bread. And then we tie it up, and then if we throw it in the water now, that will burn the fish, and it'll become useless. The medicine, it'll destroy the medicine. To save the medicine and to use it, what we do is we soak it in water. So when you soak it in water, it gets all saturated, and then when you put that in the water, in the fire will not burn the bark. It'll steam the bark and steam the water, and infuse the medicine into the fish. Take it, and then you eat your fish and take your medicine. So this is before pills. So we still use it. So if you're in the bush and you're stuck, you've got to know your medicines, you know. So protect the bush, protect the forest, protect the jungles, you know. Pharmaceuticals is only a modern invention. You know, this has been around from the beginning of time. This is what I call God's gifts to people, is the natural world, because medicine is free if you know where to find it. And also, it's a good hour on a good day, you know, hot day. Okay, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit more about our culture. We're going to finish up with our dances now, and I'm going to hand it back over to Beatrice. And like I said, if you've got any questions or you want to take some photos after, by all means, we'd love that. So I'll hand back over to Bea.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do this next one. This one is called Into the Bygone. So we've got many songs and dance. So we could do this with you all day, all night. But I still got to go to work too. I just work up the road, which is good for me. Before we go, I've got I've got the flag, so you can see the difference between the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islanders. So we have two different Indigenous flag of Australia. I'll get my two children to hold them up. One each first.
The first one on the Sierra-Leone's got the Aboriginal flag, and Jason's got the Torres Strait Islander flag.
So I'll get Walla to explain the Aboriginal flag, because it's one of his family members.
This is of course the true Australian flag. And it's designed by my cousin, a man called Harold Thomas. And the middle is the sun, the giver of life. The black is the people. The red is the land, is the land upon which we come from. So where I come from, the land is red, because you can see it from space. A lot of people think it's the blood, but it's actually the land. And of course, this is the Aboriginal flag, and it's been recognised. So yeah, we're very proud of this flag, and it's what unifies our people. So I'll pass it over to Beatrice for the.
Okay, so this flag is which is of the second Indigenous of Australia, which is Torres Strait Islanders. The green represent the islands, of course. The black lines, as you can see, represent our people. The blue represent the water or the Great Barrier Reef between the Torres Strait. The headdress, what you see in the middle, it looks like a lamb, or I don't know how people see it, but that's one of our traditional headdress. So you'll see our warriors or a man when we do our traditional dancing in Torres Strait, we have that traditional headdress. Where the traditional headdress says it represents all the Torres Strait Islanders. And the star in the middle represents the 5 groups of islands in the Torres Strait, which we have the top western island group, the western, central, eastern, and the inner cluster. So we do speak different languages as well in the Torres Strait. So we have 5 different languages in the Torres Strait, and plus 800 different languages on mainland. So we're very to have so many languages, and we still speak it. Like, I speak it to my children. We speak to our children at home when we get out, and like out here, we practice. We teach, like my children. They teach their friends and everything, so they could understand as well. Yeah, so that's the Torres Strait Island flag. So that was done by my late uncle Bernard Namok in 1992. Thank you. So that's the two different flags of Australia. Thank you.
All right, so we're going to finish up now with our last performance, and I just want to thank you very much for having us. So I'll pass it over to Bea.
Yeah, so thank you once again for for giving us the opportunity to share with you a little bit of our song and dance. So what we call song, we say yilal. Can we all say yilal?
Yilal.
So yilal in my language simply means song, and also warama. Can we all say warama? Warama. What am I doing here? Okay, nice. So warama simply means dance and show your style. Okay, we're going to leave you now with the second final dance. This one is called Into the Bygone. It's about the man and woman going down to the mangroves, looking for some mud crabs and go fishing, but unfortunately they come across this little tiny, not a very good looking insect, which is the mosquito. So what they do is they get the eucalyptus leaf, we light a big bonfire, we put the leaves over the fire. As we all know, we get our natural repellent out of the leaves, the eucalyptus. So we take the eucalyptus oil and we rub it all over our skin. And also what we wear on our body, what we call ochre or mud. So where I come from up in the far north Queensland, we have different colours ochre as well. We have blue, we have red, we have, where I come from, they have yellow and a lot of red as well. So yellow is mainly our woman's dreaming. So white, what we all wear here, means peace and harmony and share our spirits with you. Okay, this dance is called Into the Bygone, simply means mosquito biting us. Hey, gotta go. Into the bygone, and I rewarma. Into the bygone, and I. Into the bygone, and I rewarma. Into the bygone, and I rewarma. Okay, thank you. We're going to leave you now with the final song and dance. This one is called Kinan Manan, simply means farewell. Like Kuala said, you're welcome to ask us any questions or come up and take some photos. So we're going to leave you now with the final song and dance. We can take photos out there in the sun, yeah? So it won't come up black and white. Nah. Okay, so we're going to leave you now with the final song and dance. Kinan Manan simply means farewell. Hope you have a wonderful stay in Australia and please enjoy and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
right here if you want.
What?
Would you like to do group photos outside?
Sure.
A group photo? No?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get a group photo outside.